We recently went to the Solar Wind Mine. It's a private claim out by the Dugway geobeds, and it is an incredible place. If you stick around until the end of the video, you'll get to see some pretty amazing finds, and they offer guided tours, so I hope you guys get a chance to go check it out. All right, I'm out here with Jeremy Fuller at the Solar Winds Claim. We're excited to get out here and check it out.
So what we're looking for is Bixbyite, pink topaz, Pseudobrookite, and you'll also see purple standing on the rock. That's fluorite. And the pink topaz is pink because there's extra manganese inside the topaz, which is stable. So when the amber color fades out, it becomes pink. So there's three different ways you want to collect here at Solar Wind. There's seams that you go ahead and collect in. They're vertically trending seams that there's pockets along the seam.
Okay.
So basically, if you picture kind of like a trunk of a tree and then big branches coming out, you're basically collecting in a big branch. But occasionally they'll balloon up where there's a little pocket along the seams. So the whole seam maybe doesn't have minerals, but where there was the right pressure temperature is where those will pocket out. Another thing you're going to do is accumulate the dirt when you're digging and then screen. Also, we've pulled out piles from where we're digging, and those are loaded with Bixbyite and pink topaz. So you can either screen those, and also you may want to look at the dump walk around, and there's already faded pink topaz because it's been out in the sun for a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks or more, and so they're already faded, so you don't have to fade them out yourself.
Okay.
So that's basically what you do here.
Awesome. What's the coolest piece you found? Like, what's the coolest?
I found a lot of cool pieces. Yesterday we found some good pieces too, but my favorite is a ring of 5 Bixbyites together with pink topaz in the center radiating out. And then we actually have a funny story. We were out here before we had the machine with basically filling 5-gallon buckets full, and John was filling a 5-gallon bucket full and popped up this inch, almost perfect Bixbyite with that trisoctahedral modification on the edges. And that we call it Big Bertha. That was sold several years ago over in Europe at the Munich German Mineral Show. So that's a fun one too. My business partner is John Holfert, and this is our book that we wrote in 1997. We actually have a new volume coming out at the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
We're just working on pictures, but the text is done.
Right.
And this is based on his master's thesis that he did here in the 70s, 1976.
Sure.
And so John has been doing this for 50 years.
Wow.
I've been doing it for about 26 years now myself.
All right, so what do you got here?
So we found a vein of topaz, purple fluorite, and some Pseudobrookite crystals.
That is awesome. Where'd you pull that from?
Right there where Tim's standing, right above his head, we broke that rock off. He's inspecting the other part of the vein.
Look at that. That's so cool.
So we're probably just going to take the whole rock back and clean it off and see how much of it stays intact.
Wow. That is awesome.
Oh, we got our truck here.
So here's where they pulled that from. Look at that.
Yeah, through that maybe.
That is so
Awesome.
awesome. Wow. Alright, so I just knocked this one off, and there's a big piece of Bixbyite in there. And there's a cluster right here. That piece is really pretty in there. And then the rugged rock hound just found a sweet pocket over here.
It was already fractured.
It's kind of digging into it. Look at that.
There's a combo. You got the topaz, the Bixbyite, and the Pseudobrookite.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
Keep that intact.
And this all just came off this wall right here. You can see some big pieces of topaz in there. And pretty awesome.
Specimen would probably remain intact if you soaked it, but you need to take like a little bit of a dental tick very carefully, and that rhyolite's just up on the side of the face of that crystal. So it may be clean, it may not be, I don't know. You'd have to take it off to find out. If that's calcite, which it could be a little bit of calcite, you can use vinegar You could soak that little area in vinegar, and it might come off a little easier that way. Tip's kind of cleaved, unfortunately, but that would be an even better crystal. Yeah, the tip on there. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's not bad either. You got a combo. How pink that topaz is going to be. Sometimes you can kind of see the more peach it is. You can kind of see that peach color. You can kind of tell the pink in it and then when you fade it out, you'll see a little bit better pink. That one probably needs to be secured a little bit. It looks like on the matrix, it's going to come off if you're not careful there. So, so it's probably okay if you're careful with it.
It's hard to go down.
I think it's harder to dig, but that's the trick that a lot of people don't do.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
They don't dig down, but they don't realize. I mean, these are trunks of a tree and branches off, so you got to follow it. You know, they'll go in and say there's nothing there, yeah, because they went through the seam material. So that's always a fun thing when I tell people, here, I'll help you, and we'll dig down. You know, that's the key, digging down. Or digging where the seam goes, if it's kind of like at a horizontal or a semi-horizontal, or trending on a diagonal. You know, you go diagonal. That's why you see our holes the way they are. You know, we follow the seam. It took me about 25 minutes to get this stupid rock off. But I mean, it's bigger than this. Yeah. But I was using the jackhammer too. It was stubborn. It wasn't coming. But before I leave too, I'll do some jackhammering, because on my tours, I do that for people. So, that's going in the truck immediately. It's a nice piece. I'll show you some more that are floaters, so they're out of the rock. Once I get them unwrapped from yesterday, but maybe John's has some more by the time I go down.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Awesome. So this is Jeremy showing off some of his finds, and they're amazing.
It's a topaz on matrix, not the greatest, but found some real good. This is a pink topaz too. You got to understand, this will turn pink, so that's why it's special.
That is so clear.
On that pile there, they should be able to find some of this. This is what we're digging. So nice piece. Another couple good pieces here.
Yeah, those are amazing.
So yeah, I'll hold those too. I'll probably just show this Bixbyite, and there might be a better one.
Look at that Bixbyite.
So what's neat is the Bixbyite has the modification on the edge, and it's tetragonal trisoctahedral. So they basically looks like Mercedes-Benz logos, a little bit on the edges.
Yeah. And
then you get the serrations in the middle. That's pretty neat. It's pretty unique. You don't find that pretty much anywhere else like that. Awesome. They're usually cubic. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that's a big one too.
Wow.
So got the pink topaz with the Bixbyite.
Wow. That is so cool.
Pretty decent size one. Let's see what else we got. Should be good if it's wrapped. Sometimes not. Sometimes they're wrapped weird ones. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad.
That's awesome.
We found this yesterday.
Unwrapping. He doesn't remember what it is.
And there's a lot of toilet paper, so it's got to be good.
All right.
Better not be anticlimactic here. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Oh yeah, be careful with this one if you handle it.
Look at that.
See how it's almost so you got three topaz and Pseudobrookite.
Horns or ears, what do you want to call them?
I call them horns, yeah. There's actually three topaz. You got one here, and one here, and that's rare. We get some that have, and this will all clean up too, real nice. There's a Pseudobrookite off the side of it.
Oh, I see that little team.
This one's big money. This one.
Do the topaz go through it? Or?
See the cross too on the face?
Yeah. So do the topaz go through the Bixbyite, or?
Yeah. So they form at different pressures and temperatures. So the topaz actually forms first, and then the Bixbyite forms second. So it's just how they form. You know, so they don't form at the exact same time. But there's overlap, you know, when they're forming. So that's why you get the combination pieces like that.
Right. Wow.
So cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that's big money if you find something like that.
All right.
Wow.
David just find one of those inside there.
Woo. That's awesome.
He's like most of the people that come here, 99% of the time they just sit and go through this stuff and sift it. And they find more than what people will actually find digging the wall.
Let the excavator do all the work.
That Tim just found. Look at that. Just going through the pile.
Boy Scouts, that's why you're asking me how much.
It's even got topaz on it.
That's what it was.
What can I say? He's on to me.
Yeah, and that's got topaz on it too.
That is so awesome.
Woo! Way to go, Tim.
Here are the finds from the day. And found some great Bixbyite with topaz on it. I found some Pseudobrookite. Super cool. And the cool thing about the topaz here is it will turn pink, and then once it turns pink, it will not lose that pink color, which is pretty cool. And they pull some of the biggest Bixbyite in the world out of this claim. So it was super cool to be out there, and we got to go out there with the Rugged Rockhound, and then with Jeremy Fuller and John Holfert. And Jeremy Fuller and John Holfert are the ones who wrote Topaz, the Guide to Topaz and Associated Minerals of the Thomas Range. And they're coming out with a new edition of that, so keep an eye out for that. I think you can get the current edition on their website. I think it's gem.tours. I think it's $4.99. And they do guided tours out to the Solar Winds claim. So you guys can go check this out yourselves. I've also been to their Sorrel Canyon Red Barrel claim, and that is awesome. And I believe they have 2 other claims. So if you get a chance, go check them out. And thanks for watching Utah Rocks. Please like and subscribe.